From Drop Biscuit Studios and the people who brought you Wondery's Inside Jaws, Inside The Exorcist, and Inside Psycho comes You Talking to Me? Bite-sized Hollywood history with plenty of bite. The worst day in Orson Welles' life. This is You Talking to Me? I'm Mark Ramsey. Nowadays, the name Orson Welles easily provokes a response of, who? Indeed, the folks who do know that name remember him as a bon vivant storyteller on late-night TV, or an amateur magician, or a consummate and occasionally inebriated spokesperson for brands of widely varying repute, or as a very portly has-been. But none of this was what made Orson Welles famous. No, he burst onto the entertainment scene as a very young man. In his 20s, he revolutionized Broadway with innovative refashionings of Shakespeare, and he created a stunning array of live radio work featuring his famous baritone voice. A radio version of The War of the Worlds thrust him into the public ears when thousands of Americans ran screaming from their homes in terror, thinking that Martians really were attacking New Jersey, and they would be next. That's when Hollywood called. RKO Studios gave Orson Welles carte blanche to make whatever movie he wanted, however he wanted to make it. He was a boy genius, and they wanted to bask in his glow. The movie he directed and wrote with Herman J. Mankiewicz was called Citizen Kane. And even today, it's recognized as perhaps the best American movie ever made. At the time, Welles was only 25. His career had its ups and downs after that, many more downs than ups. He would have many bad days, especially as he got older and Hollywood's red carpet was rolled up and put away. Thanks to changing times, changing tastes, a dash of resentment, long memories, and Welles' determination to make his movies his way, he became more of a persona than a person in his later years. But one particular tragic day always stood out to him, and that day came early in his career. He was 19 when he got his first radio job. At least, he thought he had. He had just married, and he and his new wife, Virginia Nicholson, were living in a New York brownstone, hand-to-mouth. Everything was a struggle. Eating was a struggle. Survival was a struggle. Finally, a lucky break. He had landed a radio show gig, and it would be a series. He was relieved and excited. He told Virginia, "Tuesday, I'm going in, and I'm going to get my first advance check, and I'm going to come home, get ready, warm up the oven. We're going to have steak and potatoes, and we're going to have salad, all the good stuff." All the good and expensive stuff. But this was a reason to celebrate. He would pick up the food on the way home. On that fateful Tuesday, he went into the studio and bad news. The show was canceled. No radio show, no gig, no celebration. He would have to go home and break the news to Virginia. He entered the front door. Virginia appeared at the top of the stairs, excited. She could see he wasn't carrying anything, no expensive feast, no nothing. And now he had to explain why. It's that kind of humbling experience you remember much later, when the steak and potatoes and salad are plentiful and easy. You remember the worst day in your life. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now, and give us a 5-star rating if you can. That's You Talking to Me. I'm Mark Ramsey.